a treat it is to explore the Arctic. And with treats in mind, I have a sweet treat for you. I'm making an almond lemon cake with a cream cheese topping and blueberries scattered over the top. Let's start with the cake. And we have over here our bowl, and we're going to pop in all of this butter and the sugar, and we're going to cream the butter and sugar together. So that's great Irish butter. I mean, look at the colour of it. It's always so good, so creamy. All grass-fed. And there's our caster sugar, which is very like superfine sugar. And excuse the noise as we start to mix. This will take a while. We want to get this lovely and creamy and light in colour. Now, that might take a little while, but this is a very important part of the process. When we started, we had a much darker yellow butter. Look at it now. It's lighter. It's almost lemon coloured because it's incorporated the sugar into it and it's incorporated air. The air is important. That will give you a lighter cake. So you do have to go through the motions just to make sure that you have that lighter cake. And that's called creaming the butter and the sugar together. And as I grew up, hearing my beautiful grandmother saying to me, waste not, want not, I take every little bit I can off of the beaters. We don't want to waste any of this sweet treat. Right, okay, we can crack on with the next part of the recipe now. Just pop that down. And I'm just going to give this a little mix around. Oh, that's lovely, really nice. Okay, now, what I want is a lemon flavour. So for a lemon flavour, I have my grater, and I'm going to just zest lemon in here. And just the bare yellow part, none of the white pith, because the white pith is actually quite bitter. There's parts of this recipe as you're doing it, you're thinking, goodness, there's quite the workout in this, between mixing your ingredients at the beginning and now zesting. But it's every little layer of flavour. It's getting the air in with the butter and the sugar. That's so important. And the lemon will cut through the richness of the almonds so beautifully. It's exactly what we want. Now that we have our lemon zest in, it's time to incorporate our eggs. So we're going with one egg at a time. If in doubt, crack the egg into a bowl just in case shell goes in, but I'm just going to risk it for a biscuit, as they say here in Ireland. And in that goes, and we give it a little whisk. Thank goodness for the machines. Last egg. Perfect. And the reason you put the eggs in one at a time is you don't want the mix to split. So just beat the eggs in one at a time and the mix should hold together nicely. Now we need lemon juice. So we just cut our lemons in half. And juice away. With my favourite little juicer. Now it's time just to blend all our ingredients and then it can go in the oven. This here is almond flour. If you can't get almond flour, just buy almonds that are already skinned, put them in your food processor, blitz them, and you will have almond flour. Just make sure you get it nice and fine, but this is almond flour. In it goes. Right? And we need baking powder with this recipe because there's no other way for this to rise. There's no self-raising flour in here. So we're going with 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So there's 1 in, and there's number 2 gone in. And poppy seeds, because poppy seeds and lemon are a classic combo. And then we can just start mixing this, cutting it in a little bit. Now I'm going to put in vanilla. So the liquid's going in now. So that's vanilla extract and the juice of our lemons. And let's see what this is like when we mix it. I have some milk on standby. So if you feel it's very thick, you can add just a tablespoon of milk at a time, just to loosen your batter. It'll just depend on the ingredients that you have and the size of the lemons as well. If you have smaller lemons, you're going to need a bit more liquid. Now I can see that baking powder reacting instantly with the almonds, and I actually think I don't need milk. That's quite batter-like. I'm quite happy with that. Now with the bite of the lemon, we want those little pops of blueberries in this. So in goes our blueberries. These are already washed, and you just fold them in. Here we go. And now we can pop this in our tin and into our preheated oven. This takes about 40 minutes to bake. So we can get on with our frosting at that point. Okay, now I am going to scrape all of this out. You know me and my sweet tooth. Leave nothing behind. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, and we just smooth it out. Just so you know, I put this in a 23 cm tin. And I did it purposely because it's a flatter cake, because then I can spread the topping beautifully around it. But you can, of course, go for a higher cake as you like yourself. Anyways, enough of my talking. This needs to go into the oven. While the cake is baking, this is the perfect time to prepare the topping. And we're not holding back here. Again, we've got butter, powdered sugar or icing sugar. I've got a bit of mascarpone that just thickens it nicely, makes it beautiful and smooth for spreading. But I have a little bit of my homemade limoncello just for flavour. That's an optional extra for you. And on top, I'm going to put maybe a bit of mint, definitely some blueberries and some lemon zest. I don't mix the lemon zest into the frosting because it makes it kind of less smooth. So let's start with the butter. So in that goes in one go. And what I want to do is I want to loosen that butter before I start putting the powdered sugar in. So off we go. See, I'm not looking to melt the butter at all, but if it's nice and soft, it makes it much easier to incorporate the powdered sugar. So in goes all the powdered sugar. There we go. There's always a surprising amount of powdered sugar in a frosting. That's why I went for the lower cake. You can spread it out nicely over the top. And off we go again. I'm going to try and take this very slowly. I don't want powdered sugar all over the room. Now put your little bit of limoncello in. And we beat again. Now I'm just going to fold everything a little bit, incorporate it a bit with the butter, and beat again. So just want to make sure I get all the butter from the base there, because I can definitely feel butter stuck at the bottom. Okay. Now it's semi-incorporated. Let's go. Now that's come together nicely. The mascarpone I'm going to fold in by hand. I find if you put the mascarpone in with the mix while you're mixing everything together, your big problem is it tends to kind of water everything down a little bit. So in she goes. Even though it's a thick cream cheese, it just, I don't know, just seems to break everything up a little bit more. So there we go, and that's our frosting. Done and dusted. Oh, that's so lovely and light now. Time now to tidy up and decorate our cake. And here's our gorgeous cake, baked, cooled down and turned upside down. You can see the blueberries in it. When you turn it upside down, it makes it much easier for decorating. You've got a lovely flat base then. So here's our gorgeous frosting, and on it goes. And we use all of it because it is a treat. There we go. This is going to be so tasty, I just know it. Now you simply just spread your frosting over the top. Oh, it just looks so good. And it's quite a generous topping, isn't it? You don't have to, in this case, be too worried about the final finish because I'm going to put blueberries on it and edible flowers and mint. Sure, we're putting the whole garden on it nearly. Not too flat at the sides. Everybody has to get a fair share of frosting here. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now I have my blueberries. All right, and on the blueberries go. And there's no science to this. It's called a scattering of blueberries. It's the best description, really. Everybody wants that kind of description when they're baking. Something easy. Okay, that's definitely a scattering. We're happy with that. Now some edible flowers. Oh, my favourites, nasturtiums. They're like beautiful coloured trumpets. So on they go. And let's pop them on in the centre, like so. And then a little sprig of mint right in between the two. Nice and tidy. And then let's not forget our lemon zest. And just sprinkle that over the top. Oh, that lovely last flourish of lemon just absolutely wakens this cake up. So there you have it. This is my almond lemon poppy seed cake with blueberries and a cream cheese frosting. We have to try it now.